people that know that. And obviously they have their guys at the front keeping us out. He's doing his job. I get it. So far on Instagram, 8,000 votes, 91% no from 1 hour ago. So far on YouTube, 1 hour ago, 3,500 votes, 93% no. I wouldn't even want flock cameras installed in my arch nemesis neighborhood. What's bad for America is bad for Americans, period.
Folks, I love this country, but let's be real. Who here watching actually trusts the federal government? Not me. A good case study we can look at is in Minneapolis, where ICE agents use flock competitor Vigilant Solutions for the stated mission of tracking illegal immigrants. Over the course of their operation, ICE agents disregarded the rights of citizens so many times that even the Twin Cities police chief acknowledged that ICE personally violated the rights of hundreds of his citizens and even some of his own off-duty officers.
Recently, as the last 2 weeks, we, as law enforcement community, have been receiving endless complaints about civil rights violations.
And folks, I know this firsthand. I have a family member in Minneapolis that got boxed in while trying to make a deposit at the bank for the suspected crime of looking a little tan. And I personally talked to 2 Target employees who are American citizens that got pulled off the job, beaten, detained, and kicked out of an ICE vehicle.
I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
And State Representative Michael Howard says he's spoken to them and they've both since been released.
No, I'm not okay. Bro,
And folks, the point is this. This is not a debate about whether you agree with ICE using aggressive methods to round up illegal immigrants. The bigger picture is knowing that the federal government is able to use any excuse they want, hiding under the guise of public safety, to fiercely crack down on whomever they choose. Today, the target is illegal immigrants. Tomorrow, the target could be you.
The next guy we're gonna meet is Ben Jordan. I think he has done the best journalistic work on flock cameras. Very interesting guy. Excited for you to meet him.
Cool spot, huh?
I'm Ben Jordan. I've been a musician my whole life. I'm a researcher. I have a YouTube channel that usually does science education, some journalism. Recently, the surveillance and privacy stuff has kind of blown up, and I've weirdly been at the center of it. So,
what do you make of flock safety?
I view it a little bit less nefariously than some people do. Like, I think it's just people wanting to make a lot of money. It's Mark Andreessen, who he's the person who has invested the most money in flock safety.
Mark Andreessen, whose venture capital firm Andreessen Horowitz is Flock's biggest institutional investor, was just appointed by the Pentagon to their defense policy board. So for the people wondering about Flock's proximity to federal power, their eyebrows can only raise after news like this.
Mark Andreessen has been involved in the Cambridge Analytica scandal. He's been fined. I mean, like, he has this long laundry list of privacy violations and making money off of people's data. And then I see the rest of it just like your standard move fast and break things tech company. They're just trying to grow as fast as they can so they could reach an IPO. When it comes to like security vulnerabilities, when it comes to legal vulnerabilities, I believe that they're just trying to kick that can down the road until they launch an IPO, and then it could be deducted from people's 401k when they have to pay the fines on it, or when they have to take down 100,000 cameras because of security vulnerabilities.
Would you argue that flock cameras do make cities safer?
No. But I also wouldn't argue that they don't. My only argument that they wouldn't make cities safer is because you're taking money from things like community policing and putting them into a third-party tech company and paying $200,000 for a drone that costs $15,000.
To understand how law enforcement actually views flock, we spoke to 3 different perspectives: an Indiana police chief, a Wisconsin sheriff, and a veteran officer in Georgia.
Currently, we have 850 cameras in our city. And what it's utilized for is to monitor business districts, residential areas, hotspots, and our city parks.
To have 850 cameras running in this town of 26,000, what is the annual budget to keep that going?
Well, they last pretty long, don't get me wrong, but when it's time to replace them is when it gets expensive. Right now, my budget for technology as a whole, I probably spend just close to $600,000 a year. That would be the equivalent of 6 officer salaries. But the job that it's doing is doing the job of probably 15, 20 officers.
Could you say without a doubt this technology makes your city safer?
Without a doubt, it makes it safer. I wouldn't know what to do without it.
So working with Flock, what was your experience like with them?
Our experience working with Flock has been fantastic. We use them to really help and provide us a lot of coverage in the rural parts of Dane County. We are responsible for about 1,000 square miles of patrol area, including 41 square miles of waterways here in Dane County out of the 1,200. So the use of the technology was fantastic because it allowed us to be in places that we couldn't be. So overall, they helped us solve numerous crimes, including homicides, but also they helped us find individuals that were missing. So it played a significant role in allowing us to keep and maintain the peace in the rural parts of our community, which is typically very different than in the urban parts of a county. It did not gather any sort of driver information, race, gender, or anything to that extent.
Like, let's say if you have a missing person and they're like an elderly person with dementia and they're in danger of dying because they're dehydrated and they're driving around not knowing that they're fucking dehydrated, then it can help for stuff like that. Or if someone kidnaps a child.
So what are we looking at here?
This is just one of the flock cameras.
Can I ask you how you got your hands on that, or is that classified?
eBay.
eBay?
Yep.
Okay. And tell me what goes through your mind when you look at this piece of technology.
I get kind of frustrated because they're very expensive and it costs tax money, and just the fact that it's tracking everyone everywhere you go, regardless of if you're on a list of like wanted people.
So you have to be in a funnel for most license plate readers, but for Flock, it's everyone.
Yes, and it's nationally shared across like pretty much every police department.
And another thing to add on to what he was saying is there's something called Flock Nova, which uses something called OSINT, or open source intelligence, which is your Strava bike rides, your searches that are public, your Google, all of your data that's online gets combined with your police record and with your social security number and with your address and all that stuff.
Dude, that's crazy. There's flock cameras where I live.
Stuff. And then with your location everywhere you've been, is you go from like license plate detection to porn site search super fast. To me, it's clearly a Fourth Amendment violation.
I noticed that Flock was actually pretty big on privacy. Do you think that's a bit of a hypocritical stance?
Yeah, of course. When initially looking into the company, it just randomly, I noticed that the CEO bought his house through a trust so he could hide his address from the public. The new office address that I got, that I found for you, it's not listed publicly online. And like when you told me that, I just knew to look for realty trusts. So I was like, oh, okay, a realty, they probably got this through a realty trust so they could make sure that nobody knows where their office is. You have this $7 billion company and you don't want people to know where your office is located? Like you're that private? Like I don't have the option to leave my driveway and go to Chick-fil-A without them knowing where I am, but I can't know where their office is. You have some cities where crime has increased after Flock came around, and you have some cities where it's decreased. There's not been an actual good peer-reviewed study on if license plate readers are effective or not nationwide.
How accurate are these license plate trackers?
They're pretty accurate.
What do you say to the citizens that say, I don't want this in my city, it's an invasion of privacy, I don't like this?
We're not here to watch you. You do have an expectation of privacy inside your residence. But this is no different than people with Ring cameras and cell phones. Once you step outside your house, that expectation of privacy is gone.
They sort of act like they weren't able to catch criminals before that. Like they weren't able to call another police department and say, hey, we have a red sedan being driven by somebody who looks like this with this license plate number, watch out for it, and then be able to find it. Or as if traffic cameras hadn't existed before flock safety, or as if ALPRs haven't existed before flock safety. I often want to tell police, like, give yourself a little more credit. Like, don't let this multi-billion-dollar company take credit for your hard work. Like, you're the one solving the crime. I could push a button on some of these cameras and log into it and delete and change and modify data. They can't be used in court because of that, because nobody can prove that they're secure. I hate surveillance cameras. I don't like them. I just don't like them in general. And I have them all over this property because the cops have showed up here and because we have private investigators. And it sucks that I have to invest in this stuff that I hate so I can at least have my own side of the story in case a cop comes here and says that I assaulted them or something, probably because the CEO of this company is telling people that I'm a violent, lawless activist.
And then unfortunately there's terroristic organizations like DFLOG, whose primary motivation is chaos. They are closer to Antifa than they are anything else. And that I think is unfortunate because we don't want chaos, or I don't want chaos. I like law and order.
And so it's like, the whole thing is just a huge infringement on people's rights. I mean, when I first got my hands on one of these, I was amazed by how shitty they were. It saves data every time it detects motion, and then it has both a Wi-Fi and an LTE radio inside, and then it uploads images and data from that, from what it detects. This costs $3,500 a year.
Each camera that's up is $3,500.
$3,500 for this. Yeah, I mean, this is the cheapest one. This is the cheapest one you could have. Yeah. So if you have like 10 in your city, that's $35,000 a year.
I'm Isaac. I'm just a student, and my school pretty much picked up, I think, 48 of these over the course of the last 2 years. But I noticed on campus there were a bunch of these little devices with a Flock logo. It turned out that they were microphones. I looked into them, and I found a press release from Flock where they explicitly stated that they were only gunshot detectors and they would delete anything outside of a gunshot. I think about 2 months after I started looking into it, though, they sent a software update over the air. So now all of these microphones that are spread all over my college campus, they are just actively listening for voices now, which is very uncomfortable, and I'm not particularly happy about that.
This is a multi-use parking lot, but there's a high probability that some of these people are Flock employees. We saw people going across the bridge to the office. So we're going to surveil the entire parking lot and run it through a license plate reader technology and see if there's any people we should keep an eye on.
And so what can we use these license plates? Like, can we track people? Can we know where they live?
So there's this Park Mobile, if you're familiar with it, if you've ever used it. Park Mobile had like a massive data breach, and all the license plates were pinned to everybody's like credit card information. And so you could actually just like take this data, which from this program I made, you could just like download a CSV if you wanted to. You could take this data and then run it past the Park Mobile data breach and see who all these people are, where they live, what their credit card number is.
It feels pretty invasive.
Generally, the reason I even make this stuff is to show people what a black hat hacker could do.
So the viewer understands we're going to go about a 2-mile loop from your house.
Yeah, we'll go like maybe 3 miles total. In this one, clearly, you can just walk up to it and press the button if you wanted to. The laws that require that mailbox to be put in concrete, or like that stop sign to have so much, it has to go down in the ground so much, and there's usually concrete or gravel under there. And this thing, they just plop into the ground without paying any attention to the roadside safety.
Okay, so this is the first one close to your house, and now the journey continues.
So we have one there, one there.
After seeing over a dozen cameras within a short distance from Ben's house, it became clear he couldn't even go get gas or take a shit without being surveilled. After realizing this uncomfortable reality, we next went to uncover Flock's secret drone facility, where we soon discovered something strange.
Whoa. Yeah, I guess this is the drone facility.
Again, no company logo. This looks like an Amazon distribution center.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm pretty sure this isn't a construction company that we're at. I'm pretty sure this is a fucking...
This is all like shadow names, or?
Yeah, OES equipment. I mean, as far as I know, we're on public property right now, so.
This is the most heavily guarded construction company.
Shit. That's a new one. This must be a prototype.
We're surveilling Flock right now. How's it going, man?
Good, you guys.
Oh, we just brought our own flock camera to the situation. Are you a flock guy? Okay. Wow, you got some cool cameras over here too.
Excuse me, I gotta go.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just gonna get your license plate if that's all right. You're under surveillance, sir. Sir? Sir, you're under surveillance.
You okay?
Oh yeah, we're just surveilling the scene.
Well, what?
Just for safety reasons.
I mean, what are you doing running around in the street?
None of your business except for I'm surveilling you right now.
It's not very safe to run. There's a lot of trucks that come up and down here. We had a truck that come down today and he was going quite fast. So just, this is a dead spot as you can see, so just be careful.
Thank you. Are you with Flock?
What?
Are you with Flock?
No, there's a construction firm I work with, CSB.
Oh, he's doing the back maneuver.
I called the flock cameras on his trunk, said that.
Oh, what the?
This man, James Boyce, is a former British Army veteran and a current Flock supply chain manager. Not only did he lie about working
They just straight up doxed that dude. Jesus.
for Flock, which I'm guessing is probably normal at this company, but he also implied to Georgia law enforcement that I could have been armed, and we'll soon see if that puts my life in danger.
They're a very secretive company for a company that doesn't want your secrecy to be preserved. Nondescript building, no signage. We'll track some of these license plates to make sure there's nothing nefarious happening around here. And if they're against that, then they're a left-wing activist. I'm trying to talk to Flock.
You guys gotta go. This is private property. You're not allowed here. I'm sorry. If that's one of ours, we'll take it back.
No, but we got it from eBay.
Oh, okay. Well,
We were trying to talk to Flock guys.
I can't help you there.
Okay, well, you're under surveillance right now. I just hope you know. It's for safety reasons. You're being watched. It's kind of nuts, isn't it? Have a good day, sir. So it appears this entire building is under kind of a front company within Flock. And I would guess a lot of their company is structured like that. It's umbrella companies, LLC, C Corps that own this, that are connected to that. And it's clever arrangement, and they're well within their right to do that. But again, it speaks to the hypocrisy of the whole story of they want to be private. It appears this entire company is under their construction organization. So they have some umbrellas going on, some LLCs, some maneuvering of the corporate structure.
You don't want to be like open with the public. You want privacy.
Because the truth should not be afraid to speak. Anytime there's an element of hiding, it makes you wonder why. And it's a classic example of do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. So there is like a good argument to this. Like if you get a job at Flock Safety for whatever reason, like there's a pretty big chance that you got that job because you worked for a police department or because you worked for a city council, and now, you know, you may have some conflict of interest in taking this job. Nobody takes this job without knowing what the company does, without knowing how controversial it is.
Bloody hell, James called the cops on us, and here's what he said.
Hi, good morning, Mom. I'm
Okay, what's going on there, sir?
yeah, I'm sorry for calling. We've had some incidences today. I work for a company called Flock Safety, this is our main distribution center, and we've had a string of like YouTubing streamers or stalkers or whatever you want to call it. They've gone to our headquarter office and other facilities, and now they've turned up here. They're trying to either gain access to the site, and we don't want them on site, and they've been driving around the perimeter, basically harassing everyone who works here, and I don't know if they're armed or not.
Okay. They're en route to you, okay?
Okay. Okay, thank you.
We got police. Oh, cops are here. Oh, are they blocking us all in now?
Is that a security guy?
I don't know.
Hey, you guys move up so he can get out, okay? Sorry, man, we're getting in a little predicament here. We're the guys to talk to.
Are y'all in this car too?
He's just trying to get out of here right now. No. Have you guys heard of Flock, the Flock Safety Company?
Yeah, of course.
They're the ones that have the cameras everywhere in your...
Yeah.
Okay, so this is their undercover headquarters right here with their drones. And we did surveillance on them. So we filmed them and said, how do you guys like it? And now they have the cops here. What do you guys think about Flock cameras in your city?
Honestly, I don't appreciate those. I'm not gonna lie. I don't appreciate the drones coming into my neighborhood. It's just not a good feeling, honestly, to see those drones flying around everywhere. It's like, it's kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Let me tell you this, because you guys are working hard in a home improvement company. Your tax dollars go to your local city where they spend money on cameras, whether you like it or not. And you're literally paying for the cameras that are watching you as you drive around town.
Yeah, and we have no say-so when it comes to that either, you know? They just do that on their own. So I feel like it's kind of fucked up, you know?
Any updates so far to what's going on here?
Yeah, Uber Eats is here.
I mean, can we at least let the people go in and out? Like, this is the thing with public safety. That's the police, in order to make things safe, they're blocking off the entire roadway so we can't get out, as if we look like a flight risk. And now it's putting the public at risk where she has to stop her car over here.
Yeah, I mean, nobody's done anything wrong here. Like, you're literally doing journalism. Everybody here just literally came, like, they essentially came with to give me a ride back. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, we're not on their property.
Sir, he's got to go. We all have things to do today. He's blockading us, dude.
Yeah, okay. Now it's something else. Because I ain't got shit to do with this. But now, I'm trying to leave. I got out the car because you're blocking me. The car's over there. Sir, you don't got to disrespect me right now.
Sir, are we free to leave?
Now you're disrespecting me. No, I can't leave.
Sir, are we being detained? Is this the only exit?
Yes.
I wanted to see if this absolute numbnuts of an officer from Smyrna Police Department violated my rights, so I ran the scenario by my friend Officer Toombs from the Clayton County Sheriff's Office.
You can tell us to go fly a kite and walk right off.
And if I ask you, hey, am I getting detained, do you have to give me a yes or no answer?
Absolutely.
You guys have done nothing wrong. Actually, we've also done nothing wrong, and yet we're blockaded by a police officer. Are we being detained?
The manager wants to speak.
It's a yes or no question, sir.
You're gonna wait here until the manager talks.
You're holding me until that guy talks, but you're not telling me if I'm going to be detained. Yeah, you are. Am I allowed to leave? Can I go in my car and leave? They are with Flock Safety. They just confirmed.
How you doing?
Hey,
I'm good.
What's up, brother?
Hi, how you doing, sir?
Good.
So, tell him what you need to tell him.
So, gentlemen, I just want to be very clear. There's a multi-tenant site here with a lot of people that are just trying to work. I've got yourself and everyone running in the street. I had to put my brakes on just to stop to make sure you're okay.
Are you safe right now, sir?
Well, I don't know that, do I? So I just want to make sure. We've had reports that you've been to basically every Flock Safety site and facility that you know of.
Correct.
Yeah, so
Your surveillance is correct. We're doing our own surveillance.
so people don't really feel safe right now with people randomly trying to get into our sites and buildings.
Oh, wait, you don't feel safe being surveilled. Is that what you're saying?
Not at all, sir.
Because that's what you guys do to us without our consent.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting when you guys have this happen, you call the police and make us get stopped, but then you do it and it's okay?
I mean, our devices will call the police regardless. What we'd like you to do is, basically, we're saying that you're trespassing on this site and we'd like you to leave peacefully.
This guy's blocking us that you called.
Physically leave.
All of us.
This is my office that I work at Midtown Home Improvement.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to let us
Can
leave?
I not physically leave my place of employment?
Why are you still talking?
Officer Smith.
I'm speaking because I have something to say, sir, and you are blocking. Look at me.
What we're asking is, like, you're essentially trespassing on.
Well, that guy talks, but you're not telling him I'm going to be.
In the street. I had to put my brakes on just to stop to make sure you're okay.
Are you safe right now, sir?
Well, I don't know that, do I? So I just want to make sure. We've had reports that you've been to basically every flock safety site and facility that you know of. And
correct.
Yeah. So
your surveillance is correct. We're doing our own surveillance.
So people don't really feel safe right now with people randomly trying to get into our sites and buildings.
Oh, wait, you don't feel safe being surveilled. Is that what you're saying?
Not at all, sir.
Because that's what you guys do to us without our consent.
Okay.
And I think it's interesting when you guys have this happen, you call the police and make us get stopped. But then you do it and it's okay?
I mean, our device will call the police regardless. What we'd like you to do is, basically, we're saying that you're trespassing on this site and we'd like you to leave peacefully.
This guy's blocking us that you called.
Physically leave.
All of us.
This is my office that I work at Midtown Home in FLOODS.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to let us
Can
leave?
I not physically leave my place of employment?
Officer Smith.
I'm speaking because I have something to say, sir, and you are blocking
this site at the moment. There's a lot of people that don't know your intent. I don't know if you're armed.
I don't know if you're armed.
Okay, that's fine. But
I mean, it's the same playing field, Buck.
And essentially not really bother us anymore today.
Was it bothering you to film you guys?
I'm not bothered by filming. I'm being bothered by trying to go on a lunch break and people are running around in the street.
Was it such a disservice to your day that you felt the need to call the police for it?
I think if you had someone hanging around outside your house, you'd probably do the same thing.
This is a business that happens to put cameras around the nation, and some people don't like it, and we want to do our due diligence. By the way, we have put in a request to your press team to actually speak to you face to face and have a fair interview, and we haven't gotten back from that, so we did our own digging ourselves.
Go through those channels. I'm pretty sure Flock will obviously talk to you about what they need to, and hopefully clear up anything they do.
After Flock called the police and had us detained, I immediately filed a public records request for the police reports and body cam footage. In Georgia, by law, a city or police department has 3 days to respond to a FOIA request. I didn't even get an acknowledgement response for 10 days. I then followed their instructions confirming the request on their own portal, and a week later they rejected it, claiming that it was canceled due to no response. So I want the citizens of Smyrna, Georgia to understand that if this nonsense continues, then their property taxes will be paying my legal fees and any fines when I sue the city for the records that they're obligated by law to provide me.
Folks, it was important to me to try and get Flock involved in this story. Ben tried reaching out to them about their security flaws. I tried reaching out to their PR team, and here's how that conversation went.
So when you were there last week, what was your goal? To try to talk to someone at Flock, or just to get B-roll footage, or what was the goal?
Just before we go any further, I guess, is there any potential in doing an interview with Garrett or walking one of the headquarters, whether it's the drone facility?
Well, I want to suss out where you're coming from with this. My question for you is, if this is like a, let me get Garrett in a weird position and ask him a bunch of Ben Jordan-esque questions, I'm not sure that that's a really good use of his time. So I just am curious, are you coming in it through like a fair lens, or are you coming through it, are you coming at this from like the sensationalist YouTuber lens?
I think what people are afraid of is the potential for a mass surveillance state. Once it's in place and the scope keeps creeping, or a national emergency comes in, then all of a sudden the rules change, and something that's we were told came into our communities for one reason is now used for a much more draconian reason. And I think that's the other thing that people would be afraid of.
Logistically, how would this work? Garrett is in Atlanta most of the time. He has like no availability over the next couple of weeks or months. So you can also understand that I'm coming from a position where I have to protect Garrett and Flock.
For sure.
And a lot of people request to do interviews and to look at things, and then the story comes out and it's really shitty. I don't love that you guys trespassed on Friday and that Ben was there as well. I just don't love that. It
we were told came into our communities for one reason is now used for a much more draconian reason. And I think that's the other thing that people would be afraid of.
Logistically, how would this work? Garrett is in Atlanta most of the time. He has like no availability over the next couple of weeks or months. So you can also understand that I'm coming from a position where I have to protect Garrett and Flock.
For sure.
And a lot of people request to do interviews and to look at things, and then the story comes out and it's really shitty. I don't love that you guys trespassed on Friday and that Ben was there as well. I just don't love that. It sends a weird message because I'm putting faith. If I tell you we're gonna work together, I've never worked with you. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying like, never worked with you. I'm gonna kind of put my trust in you, and I just know right now that you guys trespassed on our property.
Yeah.
And it felt invasive.
But Momo, does that prove my point of it feels invasive? That's what I'm trying. That's the point I'm trying to make exactly.
I understand. You're saying it feels invasive that you guys were on our property, but Flock cameras being on public roads, taking pictures of public license plates, which is the point of a license plate. I don't believe that what a Flock camera is invasive. I got kind of freaked out at the beginning, which you're like, this is what it's like to feel your privacy invaded. This is how people feel about Flock. And I'm like, I understand that's how people feel, but that's not what Flock is. And so if you're open to debunking that with me in a fair way, sure. I don't want your segment to be like Flock wouldn't participate because we have nothing to hide.
But folks, Flock did hide, and they sent me an email saying they were not going to participate, and it made me ask, do you guys get the impression that they are a transparent company, and do you feel comfortable about them putting cameras in over 6,000 cities around the country? And folks, for reference, months ago, Ben Jordan tried to discreetly tell Flock about security vulnerabilities he saw to help them fix it, and this is how they responded.
So to give you a comparison of how security vulnerability reporting usually works, when I found a mild encryption vulnerability in Ring cameras or vulnerabilities in surveillance robots, the companies immediately reached out to me and offered to pay me to help them document and mitigate the problems. I know of 3 separate security researchers who reached out to Flock Safety about vulnerabilities and were immediately given a non-disclosure agreement. This happened with John Gaines, and the irony is, if they acted ethically and transparently with John, then the vulnerabilities probably would have been fixed before I even started making the video.
And then this is, I guess this is the incestual relationship between Flock and police departments, where now all of a sudden, journalists looking into Flock, this is their hidden drone headquarters that we're looking at. We were at their other hidden locations earlier this morning, and we're probably on the list now, right?
I just need you to leave.
Brother, you call the people that are blocking us in. Do you see how that's counterintuitive? Taxpayer funded, by the way. This is pretty great. Alrighty, so we got 1 cop, 2 cop, and then we got the Flock employee who doesn't like being filmed himself that called the police for us filming him. So make it make sense. I appreciate Ben for joining me. Ben is a YouTuber that I've watched to learn and inform myself on this issue. Highly recommend you check his channel out. The link is in the description. And keep learning, keep reading, keep asking questions. That's our duty as a citizen. And we'll see you at the next story. Peace.
Hey man, real quick, with the new constitutional carry laws in the state, are there any firearms in the vehicle?
It's March 3rd, 2023, and Officer Sprague has his spidey sense through the roof on what should be a routine traffic stop. No one could have expected what would happen over the next 2 hours.
Okay. All right, man. One thing real quick, you said there's an open container in the back? Okay. So I do see the bottles, what was that, Patron? In the back seat. What's up?
That's basically like what you can.
Is that what it is? Okay. All right, man. Not a big deal. You know.
I ain't drunk though, or none of that though.
Hey, man. I ain't going down that road, okay? All right. But with an open container, I am gonna have you take a step out of the car real quick. All right. Just so we can conduct our business. As long as everything's cool, man. I got no problem.
Great, bro.
I got no problem just putting the bottles in the trunk and letting you go with a warning. All right. But for right now, I am going to have you take a step out, especially with this bad weather and people flying down this street. Okay. Again, I know I already asked. No weapons in the car or on your person right now.
Hey.
If it's a no, it's a no. If it's a yes, you can tell me, and then we can work through it.
No, I'm saying no.
Okay. All right. Cool, man.
Hey, man, can you call Micah, man? So my tag's good, everything good. My license is great. You can run my name and everything, bro.
That's cool, man. But listen, with the open container, that gives me probable cause to search the vehicle.
That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm not drunk.
I didn't say you're drunk, but it's you're in possession of an open container of alcohol while operating a motor vehicle. Like I said, it's not a big deal. It's a misdemeanor, man. So I am going to have you take a step out.
All right. Well, I'll take the ticket, though, man. I'll take the ticket, though.
Okay, but I need you to understand something, Mr. Whiteside. You still have to get out of the car.
What are you saying, bro? Because I'm talking to the officer and I'm talking to you at the same time.
Why don't you hang up the phone, man?
No, it's safety, bro.
Oh, okay. Well, you're safe. Nothing is going to happen to you. But I do need you to cooperate, all right? Now, I've asked you several times now to exit the vehicle, all right? Those have all been requests. I'm now going to order you to get out of the car.
You going to order me to get out the car?
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
What's the protocol, bro?
Like I already told you, man, I have probable cause to search the vehicle, all right? So to do so,
bro, what's the protocol, bro?
Well, the protocol is we're just going to have you get out of the car. It's okay. Listen, man, we can work through this. I promise you, man, if you're cool with us, and you're going to be on your way here in about 2 or 3 minutes. I promise you. That's it.
I believe that, bro. I think y'all, bro.
So like I already told you, man, I already said I can work with you for just the open container.
Can my sister pull up?
No. That's a safety
No,
concern,
because I'm
it's
really
dark
like,
out.
scared,
She's
for
just
my life.
For what, dude?
For what? Y'all watch the news? Y'all know? Y'all see what's going on in the world?
Listen, dude.
Listen,
We're human beings having a conversation with you.
I've
We have a
been
job.
nothing but respectful to you. You've been respectful to me so far. I appreciate it.
Right.
But now I need you to cooperate.
Listen,
I'm gonna hit silence for 2 weeks immediately. I never talked to anyone. Uh-oh. Oh, they're empty. Like...
A man named Joseph Wells.
Kind of mine. Every day of their life.
And I do not approve.
Oh, did I... Like, that's what gaming is?
You know.
Oh, did I...
we need you to step out of the car right now.
Bro, y'all is scaring me.
The fact that you're not cooperating is leading me to start to think that there might be something else that's going on. There's nothing going on.
I don't give a fuck the car.
Well, that's great, man. Then let us conduct our business, and we can get you on your way. All right?
Hey, y'all shut the fuck up, man.
Okay. I don't know how to explain it any clearer.
Bro. Y'all is scaring me. Can we pull it to a main street?
You're on a main street. We've probably been passed by 100 cars by now. So here's the deal, all right, Mr. Whiteside? For right now, interlace your fingers, put your hands on top of your head, all right? Go, go, go!
11 single flocking. Jason took off. He had no container in the car. Refused to get out of the car several times. Speeds are 60 going southbound on Brown Street. Traffic's light and yielding still westbound on East South Street approaching Grand.
Hey, what do you guys go that way? All right, 11, I have a description of that male. He's a black male, thin build, light skin, tattoos on his face. He's wearing a black winter hat, and he has some sort of red sweatshirt on. Black pants, I believe. When asked about firearms, he was real hesitant to answer, and then as we went to get him out of the car, he refused to do so. So just be advised, he may be armed. There's somebody running over there.
I can't see.
Yep, somebody's running.
Per one, we had one male running under the bridge, northbound. He's running this way. He's gonna be somewhere under this bridge or near to it, northbound. He saw him running. You see him?
Yeah? Hey, where did you last see him at? Hey, car 3 just said he's running up the hill. I don't know what hill.
You see him? That's not him, is it? No.
No.
What hill are they talking about?
I don't know. He ran this way across the street is the person we saw. That's the only thing I told them, and then they said something at a hill.
fucking kidding me?
I don't know where the f they went, dude.
Where are they?
No idea. God damn it.
Not copy. You're needed at Brown and Johnson for hit skip due to this chase.
I'm driving down there.
The car. Got it.
Who needs a breath? Who needs a breath?
Nobody.
All right.
Brandon is finally taken into custody, and just as it seems the situation is under control, his family members arrive, making the situation a lot worse.
I just want to know.
No, absolutely you don't. You have to leave.
All right, look, no, you go.
You're obstructing traffic.
Okay, well, I'm gonna just meet you at the gym.
Absolutely you can.
Okay, I'll meet you at the gym. Can we know what happened though?
Yeah, I saw 2 videos today that
really
chase.
So why
He's in a
Can
cruiser.
we at least get his car?
Absolutely not. It's disabled and destroyed. So you guys have to move the car away from the street so you're not obstructing traffic. And you have
I'm allowed to be here.
No, you have to step off on the road. Thank you.
Okay, I'm allowed.
Unfortunately, the family's antics are just beginning.
Put your feet. You got anything that's on you? I'll open that quickly.
Hold on, ma'am. Give me 1 second.
Man. Hey, can I go one more time through this thing?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I got still hooked chains to it and everything.
Yeah, appreciate you, man.
Thank you.
Don Julio. Tequila.
Alright. What's that? Alright, stop, man. Come on. I'm gonna read your rights right now, okay? You have the right to... I still gotta read them to you, bro. So just be quiet. What? I mean, why are you saying that, man? They obviously handcuffed you. You're in the back of the cruiser. Stop. You're being dramatic now. You're the one that ran. Why are you scared? They asked you to get out. If you would have done that, it would have been way easier. Well, for right now, you're being arrested for definitely obstructing. That I know, but I'm not the initial officer. Well, if you're a good dude, why'd you run?
Look at what happened. You ran, we caught you, and you're still fine in the back seat. So apparently you have some kind of misconception.
What's up, man? What's going on? You feel like you're dying? Why do you feel like you're dying? Tell us what happened?
Hold on, my cousin. What's going on, my cousin?
Hey.
Is you okay?
Is you good, bro?
Did they jump on you?
I think they gonna do something to me, bro.
Would you, Brandon, stop. Brandon, knock it off. Brandon, knock it off.
He's under arrest. That's all you need to know, okay? He ran from the police. He ran from the police. What are you, an attorney?
I'm not doing nothing to you.
I want to know what's going on.
I just want to know
I don't want to arrest you for obstruction.
how am I expressive? How am I expressive?
I told you down there. I was polite, professional. Explain to you what's going on.
I'm not even in the car.
Please, I'm begging you.
Where you want me to go? Right there? I can stay right here, though.
No.
Let's go to this block. Go to this block. Why do we gotta
clear the scene? I'm not worrying about you behind your back. The officers have to do their job safely. Please watch them up there.
Okay, I'm watching.
Okay,
Watch
go
right
ahead.
here.
No,
What is
right
it, like
up
5 feet,
there.
10 feet, 15 feet?
Why
is it an ambulance?
Please don't make me
hurt?
arrest.
I'm not trying to
Please
make
don't make
arrest.
me arrest.
You're making it hard
You're
for me.
obstructing official business.
How?
Please just go up the street and watch from a safe distance.
How?
Please.
Okay, we gonna watch it right here. We gonna watch it right
No,
here.
please. Just
So
up
where's
there.
the safe?
Just right up there.
Right where? This is
Right
safe
up there.
enough. You're making it unsafe by following me. You're making it unsafe. Look, don't touch me. Why are you trying to touch me?
We gonna go right here.
Get
We
away
right
from me.
here.
Right, you're making
We
it
right
unsafe.
here. We not in your
I'm trying to
business.
figure
We
out
right
what's
here.
going on. I want to
What
make
do you
sure my
want now?
I got more than one question.
Did I tell you he was okay 6 times?
But why
Let
is
me
it
tell
the
you something.
ambulance
He's
is here?
okay.
Why is it
But why is
the
it the ambulance? Okay.
Why? Okay, you didn't say that. You didn't say. No, you didn't. You walked away. I tried to talk to another officer. You said he couldn't talk to me. And you got it on camera, right? And you got it on camera, right? You're supposed to protect the style, right? All right. Well, look, at this point, I didn't do anything wrong.
Not yet.
I'm on public property.
Okay, well, you have, because you're not listening to what I tell you.
No, I'm trying to figure out what's going on with my brother. I just want to watch.
You can't figure out why you're talking and yelling at me.
Why are you
If you
talking
want to
to me? That's your
understand,
problem
if you
over
want to
there.
understand, you got to listen.
Can you you're making it unsafe. You keep getting closer to me. You're getting closer to me. I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to get closer.
You don't want to talk to me? That's fine.
Exactly. I
Okay.
understand.
Okay. Yeah, stand right there.
Okay.
8 officers. All right, guys, let's go.
What'd you say? He's worried that you're gonna do something to him. Try to explain it. He's cuffed in the back of the car. He's safe.
It's childish, man.
Tell me yourself, bro, not alcohol in your system.
Nothing's gonna happen. Things get stupid or silly when you're running. It gets scary. You make a movement they don't see, something like that. You can't do that right now, man. You're good.
Why are you just coming closer, man? Because you keep walking this way.
I'm walking back to.
You were told to stay in front of the ambulance, weren't you?
All right, I'm not staying nowhere over here. I'm walking this way. I'm walking back towards my car, man. I'm going this way.
All right, stay on the
Why
sidewalk.
you all in my face and shit, doing all the
Because you were told several times to stay
Okay,
there.
let me say one thing.
I can't walk past.
If I have to tell you one more time, you're going to be placed under arrest.
You up for what?
If you come back on the scene one more time, you're going to be placed under
I'm
arrest.
allowed
Keep
to arrest.
walking.
I'm not interfering. I'm not interfering.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. How am I interfering?
Keep going.
How am I interfering? You don't have to walk this going. What's your name? What's your name? No, you're being silly because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my brother. I'm trying to figure out what's wrong with my brother.
You told you 6
And I'm trying to make sure he's okay.
I told you he's okay.
No, I'm not listening to you.
Just from where I tell you to, not walking up on the
Every time I
scene.
try to see.
Okay, so just stay
You done that.
you
Get in my way.
There's no need to use profanity.
But you, why are you still following me,
Because
though?
we just want
I'm
you to
nowhere
stay
near
safe
you
distance.
guys. Why are y'all messing with me? I'm nowhere near you guys. Why are y'all messing with me, man? Cause y'all getting on my nerves.
Did you try to move this?
Yeah, I tried to move it. It won't start.
Oh, it's not starting. It's just not even turning on. Okay. Do you guys have like AAA or anything like that?
No, you got AAA?
We can tow it for you, but if you... Oh, your airbags went off?
Yeah, the side airbags. That's
Okay.
what I'm saying,
All right.
bro.
No, you're good, man. You're good.
Is she gonna have to pay for this, though?
I mean, yeah, I assume. Our traffic unit will explain this to you when he gets out here. He's on his way out here right now. Hey, do you have...
I got license.
No, you're good with that, man. I'm not worried about that. His airbags went off, so he can't drive it anyways. Do you...
Pull it, though, because it's in the middle.
Okay, we're gonna have to tow it. Okay. All right. I'll let you know once we figure out the tow. I'll let you know where it's going. Okay. Where?
I tried to see.
Okay, so you stay close. There's no need to use profanity.
Why you still following me? I'm nowhere near you guys. Why y'all messing with me, man?
Traffic unit will explain this to you when he gets out here. He's on his way out here right now. Hey, do you have...
I got license.
No, you're good with that. I'm not worried about that. His airbags went off, so he can't drive it anyways. Do you have...
Pull it, though, because it's in the middle.
Okay, we're gonna have to tow it. Okay. All right. I'll let you know once we figure out the tow. I'll let you know where it's going. Okay. Where does your mom live at?
My mom lives in Cleveland, bro.
She lives in Cleveland.
Yeah.
Where were you going?
I was dashing, bro.
Oh, you're door dashing. Can I get your license from you real quick? Hey, are you good, man? Do you need
I'm
EMS
not hurt,
or
bro.
anything?
I'm just worried about my mom's spirit, bro.
It'll be...
You don't give a fuck. Wait till you get fired. You stupid as shit, bro.
I'm stupid.
I bet you just got this job. You just got this job. You just got this job.
She could have came in.
She don't gotta pump shit, you dumb bitch. Shut up. You could refund our money, you dumb fuck, because you don't know your job, you fat bitch. Wait till the cops come, bro.
Is it that big?
You are stupid. Talking about hostile. Of course I'm gonna be hostile. I've been here since 10:30 waiting for your dumb ass. You ain't gonna do shit. You just gonna keep running your mouth and clapping and talking to your invisible friend. You wanna keep talking to your invisible friend. You know how to refund? Wait till this go to your corporate. You calling police on customers that paid you. I just bought 9 scratch-offs from your dumb ass. But you gonna call police on the customer that paid you, right? You got $20 in my pump, but I don't have my money, right?
There's a lot to unpack here. So he starts this video insulting the cashier here at the gas station, calling her a bunch of names. She is also starting to get pretty wound up about the whole thing, naturally, because this guy is just harassing her now. It apparently stems from her not knowing how to process the refund that he's requesting. She might be like new here. And somehow this asshole thinks that by insulting her relentlessly and filming her, that's going to somehow speed up this that scam.
So whose fault is it? Yours.
Versus these 9 scratch-offs, I need my refund now, that kind of thing. To me, it feels like he is trying to overload her and get this refund, which will actually be more money than he spent on these smaller amounts. But again, that's just a hunch. I have no proof of that. That just feels like it checks all the boxes to that scam.
So whose fault is it? Yours. Clearly yours. I paid you for scratch-offs. You don't know how to refund the money. You don't know how to pump the gas tank. So who's untrained? I need to talk to your store manager. I need to talk to your corporate. I need to talk to everybody about you.
You need to talk to your mother and ask her if she was drinking during her pregnancy, because you're fucking dumb, man. So he mentions here about the lottery tickets that he purchased and then mentions the refund. So it sounds like he's trying to demand a refund from her for the lottery tickets and the pump. He's in Florida. He mentions UCF and he mentions Apopka, Florida. Lottery ticket sales here are non-refundable. Those sales are final. You can't get refunded once you buy those tickets, you fucking goober, you idiot. So again, I feel like this is part of his scam where he's trying to confuse this cashier who might be new here and doesn't know how the refunds work, so that way he can get more money back than what he spent on these purchases of 9 scratch-offs apparently, and like the gas that he put, or the money that he put into the pump for gas, that kind of thing.
You're gonna be on YouTube, 7-Eleven Employee of the Year. What is your name? Let's get that. Let's get that. Oh, take it off, Evelyn. I see that E for the camera, calling customers bitches too. Calling customers bitches too, right? You lucky somebody don't do something to your big ass, bro.
Clearly I didn't say.
Fuck, bro. I've been here since 10:30. You don't know how to refund some fucking gas. It's 11 o'clock now.
Like I said, this goes on for a really long time. He's just constantly insulting her. Eventually, she also insults them as well, which he has a field day with. He really thinks he's got her in a checkmate position now.
You took 10 people before me before fixing a problem. Of course I'm gonna be mad as shit. I don't got time to just stand here all day because you don't know your fucking job, trying to blame it on me.
Aren't you supposed to give her your card though that you paid with?
Bruh, she does not know shit and her employee left her. That's what's so fucked up. The guy left her and said, oh, she's gonna refund your money, sir. Don't worry. But she don't know how to do this shit, bruh.
Get more tiddlywinks of lore here. It sounds like there was another employee here that this guy must have been annoying, and he eventually just said, fuck this, she'll take care of you, man, I'm out of here. So now he's set his targets on her, and she can't just walk out and leave. So now he's going all in, insulting and attacking her, and the girl he's with mentions his card. So it sounds like he paid with card for the gas. You can't pay with card for lottery tickets, so he definitely didn't use card for lottery tickets. You also can't get lottery tickets refunded, by the way, not in Florida. So the only possible refund would be for the 20 clams that he mentions I guess got lost in limbo while pumping, or maybe there was a malfunction and it didn't pump. But since he paid with card, let's say that he didn't use the full amount of the 20 or something like that. Whatever went unused will go back to your card. Like, I'm very confused on what the issue is, if there even is one. If this isn't like an actual scam attempt, then I'm very confused on like what happened here. But regardless, the way that he's treating this employee does nothing to solve this problem at all, or help in any way, shape, or form. He's just an asshole.
So I'm supposed to just stand here and just keep watching people get rung up, right? That makes sense, right? Go ahead, sir. I've just been here since 10:30. Get your shit, have fun. You feel me? That does not make sense, though. And then she's sitting here calling the police on me because I'm mad about it. So the police is on the way, cuz.
What else is she supposed to do, man? Honestly, what is she supposed to do? You just stay here filming her, harassing her, insulting her.
none of that is going to give her the tutorial on how to process your refund. So what are the other solutions? Like, what else is she supposed to do besides just call the police?
She can't give me my money. She got me waiting for the police because she don't know her fucking job.
Where did our money go?
Wow. You're not gonna do shit. You're gonna lose your job. You ain't going to jail. If you do go to jail, it's gonna be when the cops come here and fire your ass because you won't leave. The fuck, bro? I'm trying to drive to UCF, not be in this fucking Opapka. Fuck, bro.
I pay with cash?
Pay with card. You take my car back and refund it, or you put the, like, bro, I worked in gas stations. This shit ain't that hard.
One of the other customers is also pretty confused. You're saying, so you paid with cash? And he's like, no, I paid with card. So you're supposed to take my card back and refund it, or you, and you know, it's not that hard. Why didn't you finish that sentence? Or you what? You do what with it? You see, this is why I'm saying, like, I don't think that there's genuinely something that went awry. I do believe this is just part of the scheme where you confuse and overload the cashier, demanding this refund and a bunch of other things in order to make them give you a refund in an amount that is greater than what you should have received. I don't think that this is like a genuine problem that happened here. And again, even if it is, what he's done here isn't acceptable behavior. This shit is still foul. And it does nothing to actually solve a problem. All he does is just insult this woman for almost 4 straight minutes. And probably even longer, considering we're only tuning in towards the end of it. There's apparently a whole nother employee here who felt this guy's Karen-esque wrath. So it's just a douchebag, just genuinely an asshole.
So both of them,
And I don't get my money.
call corporate, call them. I already called them. She gonna get fired. I got this video quick. She took her name tag off because she knows she in the wrong. I hope you have fun at 7-Eleven because it's short-lived.
Oh, damn, what a mic drop moment there. What a cool guy. So yeah, he sucks. I wanted to make fun of him and also commend Andrew in that first clip for how he handled that other entitled asshole customer. Anyway, that's really about it. So yeah. I still remember a long time ago, I must have been in elementary school at the time, my parents had on the news and a story came on about a local man that had killed someone over a single dollar. And I thought to myself, what a stupid asshole. That instantly landed him on Santa's naughty list, and I couldn't imagine a more dumb thing to throw your life away over. Killing someone for a single buck. One clam. And now as a 31-year-old man, I see how silly I was in my youth.
Wow. Look at this shit, dude. Look at this shit.
Damn, bro, what's up?
No, security! What the fuck?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, what the fuck? Nice. There's a lot to unpack here, and this isn't the only angle. We actually have the director's cut, which is about 2 minutes of bonus footage here that shows everything leading up to it, and then even more of the fight. This is just the 30-second, like, montage meatball, you know? So a bit of the lore. There was a Pokemon restock. Uh-oh, sound the alarms, red alert, Thunderdome.
Are you serious?
Missed it. Let's try that again. Speedrun strat.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine! This is going to be a bit of an unusual one, because for the first time in this series so far, in order to actually make these two...
Oh. Dexter versus Brooklyn.
Two universes work with one another, we're actually going to have to break some of the rules we established in the very first Dexter versus Everyone video I ever made. And that is because, also, for the first time in this series, we're not swapping out just one or two characters. We are essentially doing the reverse by swapping out the entire cast and location of the police precinct itself. Yes, I know, in the original Dexter series, Miami itself is just as important of a character as Dexter is. But the name of the show is just Dexter, and the name of Brooklyn Nine-Nine is Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I can't exactly move the entire cast of Brooklyn Nine-Nine out of Brooklyn and still call it true to their characters now, can I? Just for this exceedingly rare instance that you, my dear viewers, suggested and voted on, the location of Dexter's story is now set in Brooklyn. And everyone outside the department that would have lived in Miami now lives in New York with him, while the entire cast of Miami Metro itself has been completely replaced with the Brooklyn Nine-Nine family, and they have equally interwoven themselves into the work and personal lives of the Morgan family. As in this universe, they've always lived here. In place of Angel, Terry is now the protective and fun uncle figure that looks after the Morgan siblings as they've matured and grown on the job. Additionally, Deborah has more friends in the department this time other than just Angel and Masuka, as they've been replaced by Santiago and Rosa, which, if you think about it, are kind of like Deborah's personality split into two different people. Deborah relates to Santiago's ambition and daddy approval complex on a spiritual level. And Rosa is basically what Deborah is like on a bad day. No nonsense, violent, and zero capacity to put up with anyone else's bullshit. Naturally, this makes Santiago and Rosa Deborah's best friends. And Gina's strange personality probably isn't all that different from people Deborah has worked with in her undercover work, so compared to her original Miami life, Deborah has quite a personality-driven and supportive group of friends. Dexter, on the other hand, has the same relationship with Terry as he more or less did with Angel, but Brooklyn Nine-Nine doesn't really have a lab guy that's equivalent to Masuka. They have a coroner, but besides Dr. Yi, Dexter is shockingly the only real forensics guy the precinct has. So in this version of Dexter's story, Dexter is even more of a loner than he usually is with a lab completely to himself. Dexter, however, is at least very popular with Hitchcock and Scully, who look at Dexter like a god for bringing donuts every morning. Boyle, however, annoys Dexter, as he's always overly critical about the taste, texture, and mouthfeel of the donuts Dexter buys, because he refuses to drive all the way across Brooklyn every morning for the exact gourmet donut spot that Boyle prefers in his food blog. Not that it really matters. Boyle is plenty easy to manipulate anyway, and Deborah terrifies him. Jake Peralta, however, is an incredible pain in the ass to both the Morgan siblings. Peralta somehow has both the best and worst qualities traits of both Quinn and Masoka combined. He's immature, charismatic, reckless, funny, physically fit, and extremely childish. Peralta's personality is basically just Deadpool minus the superpowers and the bloodlust. So you can only imagine the kind of personality conflicts this causes with Dexter and Deborah both. Deborah thinks he's an immature idiot who, like Santiago, gets deeply frustrated he's actually good at his job. Dexter, on the other hand, sees Peralta as a wild card and a potential threat. Despite how much of a clown Peralta likes to be, he also has some Sherlock Holmes-level powers of deduction that he likes to flex whenever he can. And on top of that, he really likes to meddle in other people's personal lives just to troll and gaslight them for his own amusement. So, Peralta's investigative mind and his occasional invasion of privacy automatically makes Dexter and Peralta share an almost adversarial dokes-like relationship. Peralta is also surprised by Dexter's occasional display genius when it comes to analyzing a crime scene, and Peralta really doesn't like being shown up by the lab geek. And he also can't tell why, but there's something about Dexter he can't quite put into words that bothers him. As to Captain Holt's relationship with the Morgans, for that, we'll have to perform yet another first in this series and rewind the clock back from season 2 of Dexter and away from the Bay Harbor Butcher investigation all the way back to season 1, where the ice truck killer case is just coming underway. Ultimately, no matter what universe, it wouldn't matter if Dexter lived in Miami, Oregon, or New York. The whole reason the ice truck killer begins making his kills public the way he does is because good old Biney yearns to reunite with his brother Dexter. And this is the best way he knows how to get the unique attention of Dexter's dark passenger. Brian kicked up a real hornet's nest this time, though, because in addition to drawing Dexter's attention, as well as Deborah's, who's eager to earn her detective badge, but also both Peralta and Santiago are sensationalized by the scale and brutality of the case. And both of them are eager to compete who can solve it faster, because both of them are still competing in a bet who can solve the most cases in a year. With an old car and a bad date on the line for each of them, depending on who wins and who loses. Peralta, unfortunately, gets a little too eager about one-upping Santiago's arrest streak, and it's actually Peralta's bad call that winds up blaming Tony Tucci, the ice rink security guard, for the ice truck killings like LaGuerta does in the original Dexter story. Despite Deborah's pleas to the contrary, Peralta's brash, unfiltered, and untamed overconfidence, combined with the pressure to beat Santiago in their bet, makes Peralta give the wrong call. And when Captain McGinley takes it to the press, Captain McGinley is ultimately the one that pays the price for Peralta's rushed judgment when they discover Tony Tucci is actually a victim, not a killer. Believe it or not, this actually gives a bit of a jumpstart to Peralta's growing maturity, because the fact that it's technically Peralta's fault that McGinley, a captain he liked, gets dismissed for a bad call Peralta made, well, it's certainly a fat slice of humble pie for Peralta to swallow, even if McGinley was kind of an incompetent superior officer who let anyone under his command get away with pretty much anything anyway. With Captain McGinley finally publicly proving to be the incompetent captain he is, the brass from above couldn't think of a better man to take on the ice truck killer than the man who became famous for bringing the Disco Strangler to justice. And none other than Captain Raymond Holt is assigned to Brooklyn Precinct 99. When Holt first takes over the precinct, he gets the same breakdown from Terry on just about everyone. Except in addition to the usual crew, Terry also describes Deborah as a clever, ambitious, yet extremely temperamental young woman that curses like a sailor and dreams only of living up to her father's name, who was a bit of a legend on the force. Terry also describes Dexter as a good guy that gets along with almost everybody, and he can solve a crime scene on occasion that gives Peralta a run for his money. But he's a bit of a loner, and he can be hard to read sometimes. Not entirely unlike Captain Holt himself.
Guy's impossible to read.
Rick and Morty has had a lot of ups and downs since the TV show's debut in 2013. From thousands of people talking about the show's stark decline after season 2 to the dreaded Rick and Morty anime. Literally everyone I know has some opinion about the show, but what about the comics? Rick and Morty has had a lot of ups and downs since the TV show's debut in 2013. From thousands of people talking about the show's stark decline after season 2 to the dreaded Rick and Morty anime. Literally everyone I know has some opinion about the show, but what about the comics? I never hear anyone talk about them. Pretty much the only thing I hear people talk about the comics is the Doofus Jerry arc, and I'm genuinely curious to see if there's more to these comics than just that. I tried searching online to see if there was some general consensus on the comics, but pretty much all I could find were a few Redditors. Most of the Redditors were pointing out that the comics were a little disjointed or clunky, and others enjoyed them. But since there is so little information about these comics out there, I've decided to go ahead and read every single issue of the original 60-issue Rick and Morty run, with the goal of finally answering. Before we begin, I'm not going to give an in-depth breakdown of every single comic because that would probably make this a 2-hour video, but I will talk about specific issues, arcs, and characters that I personally find interesting, as well as the universe as a whole and how it relates to other Rick and Morty media. So let me start off with a little information about the Rick and Morty comics in general. They came out from April 1st, 2015 all the way until March 25th, 2020, published by Oni Press. Other one-off arcs have been made since then, including Crisis on C-137, Beth Till Death, Last Morty Standing, Infinity Hour, and many more. However, we're not going to be getting into all of those, again, because I don't want to make this a 2-hour video. So finally, let's get into the Rick and Morty comics. The main Rick and Morty in this universe are from universe C-132, however, very early on into the run that actually changes to C-137. Now, your ears probably just perked up because Rick from the TV show comes from dimension C-137 as well. You're probably also thinking, does that make the comics canon? And the answer to that is yes. When you look it up, pretty much everyone on Reddit or the internet will tell you no. However, I have a bit of information to share with you guys. Back in 2017, Kyle Starks, the comics lead writer who took over after the first 2 volumes, went on a podcast. To be specific, it was the Interdimensional RSS, the unofficial Rick and Morty podcast, episode 7, where he was asked, so you guys kind of have to tie in with the show and everything's kind of, I guess, canon? To which Stark replied, as far as I know, everything's canon. Personally, I trust Kyle Starks a little bit more than I trust Google AI, so I'm gonna go with him and say that the comics are in fact canon. This revelation that the comics are canon, though, does bring the question of how many plot holes these comics create for the show, which we'll get more into later. Alright, now that we have all that out of the way, let's get right into issue 1, which begins with Rick creating a device that
online. Pokemon restocks are literally where people go to just exchange knuckle sandwiches as they fight over Pokemon product to try and scalp online. They try and get their grubby paws on as much as they can at Target, Walmart, Costco, Best Buy, whatever. They line up for hours, overnight, camping out from fucking like midnight all the way to like 8 a.m., camping out for their chance to get their hands on Pokemon products. I've shown you tons of videos of these incredibly long lines wrapping around the entire goddamn county to get there. And then when they do unleash the horde, it always turns into shit like this. But typically it's a lot of bumping and grinding, a lot of like basketball boxing out. They kind of throw their ass in a circle to, you know, get them away from the product. It's not often that it's a full-blown skirmish like this, but it's always messy. And it does sometimes get pugilistic. This one's a little more on the upper scale of what that looks like. That had like a takedown, a little ground and pound action. But all in all, Pokemon restocks are the most dangerous places in America. When Pokemon restocks happen, it's like the purge going online. So you need to just stay indoors, lock down, and just fucking sleep in fear. Now, when we pan around after seeing the initial charge at the shelves here, we already see the protagonist on the floor kind of sprawled out. I think the guy in the tank top was the one that started it by shoving that guy to the ground in order to better secure his spot at the shelves so he could gluttonously get as much as he can. And then the guy gets up off the ground and then just fucking bull rushes him, slams him into the shelves, which disrupts all of the other scalpers there. One guy right next to him with the long hair does one of these with a box in his hand. He wants no part of that action, which is understandable, but if you're not looking for a fight, why are you going to a Pokemon restock? This is a fight club. You should expect it. You can literally see the stink fumes coming off of these losers too, by the way. These smelly assholes are the ones that are ruining this hobby.
Yo, security! Yo! What the fuck? No!
Oh, what the fuck? God. And here's my favorite part. The cameraman sees an opportunity and he slyly takes the product that's now on the floor. He's like, guys, what the fuck? Oh, this is so gross. This barbarism. What are we doing over Pokemon cards? It's tearing us apart. And then he scurries away with that Pokemon box that they dropped in the fight. Every person there is a scalper. It's so fucking cringe, and they're so unapologetic and shameless about it. So yeah, there's two dudes fighting over it, but everyone there's a fucking loser too, including the camera guy. Though, I will say, I'd rather it in his hands than the guys that are fighting about it, I suppose. I mean, it's not like my heart breaks for them that they just got their Pokemon box taken out from under their nose. It's so fucking sickening just how poison this hobby has become with these worms. These vile, putrid worms. Now, let's turn our attention to the director's cut so we can get even more context and even more lore. We saw kind of the climax there of the finale where the dude got the Pokemon product beat out of him like it's Sonic's rings when you take damage in the game. And then we got the POV, like the Cloverfield footage showing the fight.
I'm recording. Come on.
Those doors are not strong enough to hold back these zombies. They're driven by one thing and one thing only. $2 profit from scalping Pokemon products. Lord have mercy on us all.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Your problem?
And there it is, the all-out sprint once they've infiltrated the facility. The camera woman gets shoved in the back, she gets pushed, and then turns around saying, what the fuck, who did that? And then we see the guy in the tank top's already got the other guy, like, wrapped around and trying to, like, to carry him away from the shelves.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro, what the fuck? Yo, security!
You can see our previous cameraman in this angle here. You can see him filming in the background. So he's kind of on the outskirts here. He didn't actually want to get in on the tussle. So he didn't, you know, dogpile on the product shelf. He's instead just filming everything in the back, at least until that Pokemon box lands in his lap. But anyway, the camera woman is right here in the thick of it. She gets a big handful of boxes herself. We saw her in the other angle as well. She's calling for security. Security is nowhere to be seen right now. And truthfully, Walmart security is not equipped to handle a situation like this. You need some heavy-duty armed guards here. You need fucking Judge Dredd out there in order to effectively enforce order during Pokemon Restock Day. The pandemonium is just too chaotic.
Stop! Yeah, you're gonna get hit. What the fuck? Yo, chill the fuck out.
Yo, this is crazy, bro.
Yo, you're gonna get fucking banned.
Yeah, see, that's exactly what he did.
The fuck you here cutting the line for what? There's enough for everybody.
What a smooth move from that camera guy right there. You saw him pick up the Pokemon box, and then he kind of hides it with his chest back towards the guy, and then wraps around the register to try and de-aggro, hoping that he's completely forgotten what he was there for. Because now that he's been in a fight, adrenaline's pumping, he's not thinking straight, so it looks like he totally forgot that this was about Pokemon cards in the first place, because he forgot that he even had a box. So now the camera guy gets that box and he walks away fucking empty-handed. And the camera woman here is trying to say, like, why are you cutting in line? There's enough for everyone. I like how the cutting in line is the thing, you know, that's out of control. Not the fight or anything, not actual throwing, you know, haymakers and slamming each other on the ground. That's civilized. That's normal to be expected in a Pokemon restock. But cutting in line, that's too far. Don't you know there's enough product for everyone? Which obviously isn't the case. Every person there has like an entire armful, like genuinely like 30 boxes each, including the woman here. She's got like 5 in her own paws. Like there's definitely not enough for everyone. There's not enough for anyone who actually engages in the hobby, by the way. Families, kids, they do not get a chance at this because of people like this.
Fucking be here for the fucking whole night. You wanna see this shit? Yeah, motherfuckers been backdooring. Yeah, backdooring.
Who the fuck is backdooring? Shut the fuck up, bro.
Yeah, who's missing?
Bro, fucking push me and everything.
She hits like 4 on the way out. She's steaming. She's very upset that this Pokemon restock went this way. They're usually so civil. They're always so good-mannered when it comes to scalping. I can't believe this. I am also peeved, if I'm being honest, to see this kind of behavior come out of nowhere. It's so weird, so weird. And man, Pokemon restocks too. Usually such a sacred event that everyone's always, you know, holding hands and celebrating together because they just love the hobby so much. They're big Pokemon fans. That's why they're there, right? This shit sucks. I'll drop the sarcasm. Every Pokemon restock is like this, and they're only getting worse. It is just these fucking parasites, man, that are constantly grabbing as much product as possible to try and instantly turn around and flip it. I actually went to one of my local card shops a couple days ago, and one of the employees there was talking about this phenomenon and just how out of control it is. And they were telling a story about one guy in particular. I'm even going to say his name. Fuck him. If he's watching this, you're a piece of shit anyway. They call him Spencer, who is like an aggressive scalper like this, and apparently he always shows up with like a bunch of product that clearly he just takes from like these restocks because he camps overnight. And of course he's not alone, but this is someone that they've actually formally banned from their shop because of just how out of control he and scalpers like him are. But what they would do is they'd only offer him like $1 more than what they paid. And since they usually walk away with like maybe 5 boxes or something and they're trying to instantly turn around and flip it, they make a profit of like literally a couple of bucks, which means they don't actually make a profit. They lose money because you have to factor in the gas and the time they spend waiting. The gas to the shop and then back home. So they literally lose money doing this, but they're so delusional that they think that they're going net positive. And I'm sure this isn't the only card shop doing this because it's pretty clear when you have just scalped product or, you know, spawn camped a restock because they instantly turn around and sell it and they know nothing about the hobby. So card shops are just basically giving them like $1 more. And unfortunately, card shops do usually have to buy this product because since they're gobbling it all up and since Pokemon product is flying off the shelves everywhere, they're needing product. So they do have to sometimes engage with these scalpers, but what they're doing is they're only giving them like $1 more than what they paid. So like I said, they literally go negative because of gas and the time they spend there. One person in this video here even said that they stayed there all night. That is all night they have wasted there, plus gas, and then they're going to turn around and sell it at a local card shop for literally $1 more than they paid. And I'm sure it's not always $1, maybe it's a couple of bucks. Point is, the card shops, they lowball the shit out of these scalpers because they know. And the scalpers are always desperate to immediately get rid of the product because they don't want to squat on it. They don't want to sit on it for a long time because they don't know what the market's going to do. So they're instantly trying to sell it all as quickly as they can. So they usually take these really small amounts over what they paid. You lose money on it, and yet they still just go ferocious over it. It's so stupid. And it just ruins the hobby for the people that actually want to engage in it. And the people that it was made for, you know, children. They don't get the cards anymore because of this trash. It's super out of control. I wanted to tell that little story, though, at the card shop because a lot of people seem to think that they do actually make decent profit